Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Good afternoon, dear all, and welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University Ahmedabad online video session. Today we are going to discuss second year BA English compulsory block 2 unit 8 and unit number 9. But before starting the session, we are going to study compulsory English report writing, proposal writing regarding the main topics of writing skill. I am in front of you Dr. Ushma A. Bhatt, the Assistant Professor of Department of English, Humanities and Social Sciences from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. So let's go for second year BA English compulsory 202 code with a view to block 2 unit 8 and unit 9. Before starting the report writing and proposal writing, you are supposed to remember that we had already completed the main topic unit number 6 of compulsory English, which is the main basic element of writing skill. It is known as essay writing, which we had already discussed in the last session. And today we are focusing on report writing and proposal writing. So let's go for the PowerPoint presentation with a view to understanding of Unit 8 and Unit 9. Again, today we are going to remember the great famous English writer Francis Bacon, who had given the beautiful quotation over here in front of you. Reading maketh a fool man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. So basically, when a person wants to be complete enough, he wants to be considered as a learned person, as an intellectual person, he or she should know how to write effectively. What are the views, what are the ways, what are the techniques, what are the features, what are the suggestions, what are the formats which are necessary to show the exact kind of writing. There are many categories of writing, as you know: letter writing, essay writing, composition writing, proposal writing, writing the research report. So today we are focusing on report writing and proposal writing. First we are going to discuss report writing, then we shall go for proposal writing. So let's go for report writing onwards. Report writing is a description of some event or situation that happened in the past. So basically the report is a one kind of data that represents the things which had already been done. A business report, a document of specific purpose, plans, progress and problems. Any kind of thing which is going to be happen, that also could be represented or discussed in a paperwork, in document, and it could be presented as a report. Things which are going to happen, that also shows in the report manner, and things which are already happened, that also could be presented in the report. Report is a one kind of structure that shows some kinds of data in one particular format, in one particular structure. All information in a proper structure. Look, again I am focusing on the word structure. Structure is very much important. Reports is a source of information, record of information. Reports are a repository of information. Look, if many kinds of people, if they are gathered, and their culture, their interest, their hobby, their fancies, their leisure hours, all these things are thought together about those people or the group of people, that could be represented in the report. Reports provide the professional information about activity, plan, progress and problem. Activity could be considered as if the students are going in a mountaineering campaign in the Great Himalayan mountain range, and as they would have come back from that Great Himalayan mountain range, they could write a report about that trekking campaign at Himalayan mountain range during 18th October till 31st of October. This could be a kind of a report about the activity of trekking. In the example of plan, we can give the report of the plan of first 3 months quarterly report of December, January and February, the things which are done in so and so organization during these 3 months. That could be the plan of the report. The examples are very much important in understanding of the topic of report writing. I had given you the example of activity, then I had given you the example of plan, and now I am giving the example of progress report. The students who are doing research, the research scholars, they can provide the progress report to their research advisory committee or their committee, department of research committee, DRC. In front of them they can provide their progress report. They can show that they have completed these 2 chapters, they have read this much books, the reference books, they have collected this much data from their field work, and this is the research report, research progress report in front of you. In that way the research scholars could provide the progress report. In the same way, the last one is problem report. The problem report deals with things or the problems that occur in the organization or institutions, and certain problems are represented in a report format to the higher education, to the higher people or to the higher grade persons. That could be considered the problem report. Features of report. Look, there are 4 features which are displayed over here. Logically organized. The report must be logically organized. If some of the data which is written on a paper in a document format, and if they are written in a very clumsy, ambiguous way, then it is not considered the report. The report must be organized. It should have reasonful compilation. It must have proper coherence, it must have objectivity, it must have logically organized data. Specific purpose and specific audience, these are the 2 main things which are necessary to write the proper report. There should be the specific purpose. As for example, I am writing a report about any particular school, ABCD school, then I should know why I am writing this particular report. What is the purpose behind writing the report of that ABCD school, and what is that specific audience which is going to read that report or which is going to understand that report of that ABCD school. So the purpose and audience must be clearly mentioned or must be clearly known to write the report, to write the reason of the report. Brevity in the sense briefing is necessary. Precise report must be written. Report is not a long big descriptive essay. It is not an essay where you can write pages on 8 to 10 pages, 10 to 12 pages. It's not like that. Report must be containing the feature of brevity in its full form. Then only it will be a consistent kind of a report of high category. The features are discussed and the structure of the report is discussed. We discussed the structure and features. Now we are going to see the types of report. Look, this is the biggest important topic of report writing, because mostly the students know what is a report and what kinds of reports could be written or what are the features of the report. But types of report deals with almost all the kinds of report: formal reports, informal reports, written reports, oral reports. These things are mentioned over here in the slide. So we are going to understand it one by one. First of all, we have to focus on the written reports, which are informal reports. One, memorandum. Number two, letter. So one is dealing with memorandum, which could also be known as memo. And report number two is letter. Sometimes some kinds of letter, formal letters, they also could be considered the report. A little informal ultimate purpose of an informal report to fulfill an immediate requirement. Look, if some data which is represented with a particular purpose and it fulfills the immediate requirement, then it could be considered the informal report. Written in first person. These informal reports are written in first person. As for example, I am writing the report about the about the tracking of the youth hostel students on 18th October till 31st of October in Himalayan mountain range, then I should be the first person to write that report, and this could be considered the informal kind of report. Now there comes the oral formal reports. Oral reports are of three types. Look, number one is routine and periodic report. Number two is informational report, and number three is interpretive report. There are some features which are also mentioned after the three types of reports. As I told you, there are three types: routine or periodic, which also could be considered the quarterly report, yearly report. Every year the report is published, then it also could be considered regular yearly report. So routine, periodic, quarterly, yearly, regular report, annual yearly report, these are in a similar category. All these are equal, all these are similar. Now number two, informational report, information related report, the report that justifies or the report that declares, the report that displays the information, the data collection. Most of the data is represented in one particular report, that could be considered the informational kind of report. And interpretive report, an interpretive report is a report regarding the analysis and interpretation, evaluation of one particular thing or 2-3 subjects under which the interpretations are done, ideologies are represented, views and reviews are done on a particular topic, and then those views, reviews or interpretations, comments, those are written in a particular report. That could be considered the interpretive kind of report. Some of the features which are very rare, they are represented over here, they are written here in front of you. Seriousness of purpose is very much necessary. Why are you writing a report? Do you have a particular reason to write the report? Then only write a report. Otherwise write an essay or write a small composition paragraph. Then weekly and monthly, if a time constraint is there, if there is a time constraint, one must go for the report writing. Laboratory research, certain evaluations are considered to be reported in a report format only. The progress of the project or the progress of the researcher, the progress of the research scholar, as I told you earlier, they also come under the category of report writing. Informational reports are known to be the reports of only information. Look, it is written over there. Interpretive reports, there are two main things, analysis and data. These two things are displayed in the report writing. So basically there are two kinds of reports: formal reports, informal reports, written reports, oral reports, and under these two main categories there comes vernacular kind of reports that you have to represent and write in your answer. structure of the report becomes very much important. Now we understood that report writing is done, what kinds of reports are there, what is the feature of report writing, and what should be the objectives of report writing, what must be the purpose, what is actually included in the report, that is already discussed. Now we are supposed to see the style of the report, how the report represent, how it should look, how it looks like. So let us discuss that. Front matter, title page, acknowledgement, table of contents, executive summary, main body, introduction, discussion, conclusion, and recommendation. These are the 5 main points which are represented with other 5 main points. They are equally presented parallelly in front of one another. So you have to think that front matter deals with the main body, how the report looks like. As for example, if this is the report, you have to show the front matter, you have to show the main body of the report in a very sequential way, in a very presentable way. Report must be written in a presentable form. Then the title page deals with the introduction. The beginning page, title page must contain the introduction. Then acknowledgement, information, discussion, and description, they go into the category of acknowledgement. And in the table of contents, as for example indexing deals with table of contents, and after the table of contents there comes finally executive summary, and afterwards there comes conclusion in the end and recommendation in at last after the conclusion. So these are the structures of report writing: front matter, title page, acknowledgement, table of contents, and executive summary. It goes in the beginning part of the report writing, and afterwards the report starts, under which there would be the main body. Before that there is introduction, then discussion, then description, then finally conclusion, and at the end of the report there will be the recommendations, the references, the bibliography, the citations which you keep in other essays or in any kind of discourses writing, that is also included in report writing as well. Back matter, look, this is not a part of report, but it is needed to be considered the report as the full and final one. Appendix, a collection of supplementary materials, and bibliography, these two things are enclosed with the reports. As for example, there is an annual yearly report of ABC organization, then the appendix would be actually about that organization's data, about that organization's faculty members, about that organization's employees, about that organization's data of profit and loss, etc. is in appendix. Appendix is a one kind of attachment, enclosed copies. And bibliography deals with certain references or recommendations or data which is taken to support the report, that is known as bibliography. In bibliography there may be the books, the statements, the balance sheets, the tables, certain tables which are represented in the report, but its explanation is attached in the enclosed copy in the bibliography. So certain things which are supporting the report, actual report, is also known to be the part of back matter. Now we are going to discuss proposal writing. The next topic, unit number 9. Now the unit number 9 starts with the topic of proposal writing. Designing and planning a whole research project involves choosing a researchable topic. Look, what is the actual meaning of proposal? You should know if you are doing any kind of a research, or if you are writing creating a project, a yearly project or a monthly project or a semester project, then also you need to put the proposal in front of your class teacher. that we five students of science group or we five students of humanities group, we are going to do the project on nature and literature, and about that project we need to put the proposal to our class teacher. So certain kind of writing of a project or writing and getting the approval from the class teacher is also known to be writing the proposal. Significant topic is necessary, preparing a well developed research proposal. Here you are supposed to know that this particular topic of proposal writing deals with research proposal basically, but of course the research proposal could also be considered as the project proposal also. A good proposal, a valuable direction finder that helps the researcher to get going on their project with more confidence. Look, when the person creates the proposal in the best way, the proposal is easy, perfect, simple, clear, well understood, point oriented, short, brief, to the point, then it is easy for the researcher to work on that proposal. To refine your preliminary research proposal, look, the research proposal is in three categories. It is merely to understand in your brain, only to understand that what is the actual structure of the proposal. You need to learn that there would be the beginning kind of a proposal, preliminary proposal, and the final proposal at the last stage before starting the research. Proposal is generally done or written on the trial and error method. Once you write the proposal, then you go and check it with the guide, your co-guide or guide of the research. Then he may suggest certain suggestions and additions and modifications and updations, and after doing that modifications, updations and additions, you again go with the new proposal, and again there would be certain kinds of additions or modifications or suggestions, and finally you will get the final proposal at the third level. So proposal generally is working on the trial and error method. It is about the research proposal that I am discussing with you. To remain present for approval of a more detailed proposal, a research proposal. Look, a research proposal is equal to more than the formalized outcome. It is merely the formal, perfect research proposal which is well developed, and it is to the point. It is the perfect copy. Then only it will be approved finally, and then the researcher or the research scholar starts working on that proposal. Look, these are some kinds of images that I have kept in this slide just to show you that which type of proposals would be there in the areas of research. The structure of a research proposal, you can see the first image over there. Title page, abstract and table of contents, introduction, literature review, research design, method, implication, contribution, reference list, research schedule, budget. It is from the Scribble. Then there is format of a research proposal in front of you. Basically in the middle part, title, background, the question, research methods, and marking schedule. These are the and finally there is bibliography also in the black fonts. You can see that orange, green, sky blue, pink and magenta colors, research format of a research proposal in the middle part. And in the same way, in the last image you can see title, research question, explanation, literature review, methodology and research design. These are the three kinds of images just to show what is the actual structure of the proposal. The proposal could be written in that way also, either in the way in which you can see in the background part of mine, or in the colorful way in the middle part. So these are the different kinds of images that you can see about the proposal writing. Define your topic. Look, these are some very important initial significant topics, points to remind you when you genuinely write the research proposal. Define your topic. Think about what you are going to do research on. What is your research topic? Then purpose, structure and topic. These three things always, it differs as per the discipline of the research. As for example, you are the student of management, your purpose, your structure and your topic would be quite different from the students of literature who are pursuing research in the humanities courses. So proposals vary considerably in format and length also. Sometimes it happens that the students of social sciences and humanities, they would have long research proposals in compared to the students of management, statistics or account subjects. So mostly the proposal depends on the topic of the research. Generally, it is believed that 3000 words must be written on a perfect kind of a deliberate kind of a proposal. A proposal format is mainly standard for quantitative studies. For qualitative study, the format varies. Generally, the proposal is necessary for quantitative studies, and if the research is of qualitative study, the format of the research proposal would be quite different. The researcher who is doing research on Charles Dickens, his proposal is quite different from the researcher if she is doing research on Shakespeare and Jane Austen. So this is actually written over here that the proposal varies as per the researcher does different kinds of researches. For qualitative study that we had discussed, a good research proposal is worth noting the topic must be justifiably feasible. So basic necessity of the research proposal is it should be feasible enough. It must contain the justification of that research question. Actually, we can say that if the hypothesis of the research problem, if the hypothesis is well explained in the research proposal, if the hypothesis is justified in the research proposal, then that research proposal is the apt example of proposal writing. Questioning is important and necessary, yes. If you are writing a research proposal in a descriptive way, putting objectives, title, objective, hypothesis, explanation of the hypothesis, then methodology, then the process of research, then the primary resources and secondary resources, and finally the references and recommendations, then you need to put the questions of research in your research proposal. Otherwise, your research proposal would be not a complete one. It requires questioning. Certain objectives or certain research questions must be kept in the second point or in the third point after the explanation of the hypothesis or after writing the introduction and research question. Asking question on the topic is important. Look, as I told you in the previous slide, in the same way, what do I know about the topic, who will be involved in it, brainstorming on your topic. Brainstorming in the sense much more data must be gathered. You must have thought twice, thrice on a particular topic. You should have done the discussion on that particular topic of research proposal or of your research topic. Talks to the experts, guides, professors, other persons of that field in which you are doing research. This is actually necessary to justify your research topic. Brainstorming of your topic is necessary. Then only genuinely you will be in a condition to decide that okay, I will do research on this particular topic for 3-5 years or 2-3 years, or I will give proper infrastructure, proper weightage on that particular research. A research topic is so specific. It should be specific enough. It must be specific in the sense it should be completely unique. It is not like that you have taken Shakespeare's certain dramas and one of your friends also has taken the same kinds of dramas. This is not a general group work. A research work or a research proposal of that particular research topic must be of unique quality, and it should be a specific one in the sense. It could be narrowed or broadened, limited into the time period, population, geography, expanding the limiting factor like state, region, or country. It means that the research proposal could be narrowed also and it could be broadened also. It could be limited also and you can cut the limits also. You can put that there is a gender bias. You are doing the research only on females, only on male chauvinism, only on LGBTQ. In that way, the research must be cultivated and there must be the limitation of the research. It is not a general universal research. The proposal, if it is giving general universal voice, then it is very difficult for the research scholar to pursue the research in the starting of the research, and he would not be in a condition to follow the research proposal. The research proposal is actually the scenario or the tentative plan of the research scholar's research which he is going to do. So that one should keep in mind that he or she is going to do the research. That's why his proposal must be as per his capacity of the research. Identify the keywords and use search terms. Look, the online catalog and databases and recognize the original search. One can have multiple things, plenty of things on that internet and Google and other search engines, but they should see that there should be proper cultivation of the information. Certain most important features of proposal are written over here. Look, first of all, it must be feasible and it must fit within financial and other resources constraints. It must be within your competency. If you are capable enough to finish it within a proper time limit, then only you should go for the proper kind of a judgment or justification. If you are capable enough to finish that research project, then only you should do the commitment. Otherwise, you should do the changes in your research proposal in the earlier stage only. It must be sufficiently delimited. Look, that's what I am telling. The large topic doesn't seem to be convincing because it requires a long time slot, long time limit, and the researcher would not be in a position to complete his or her research project in a period of time that is provided by the institute or the university. It must be manageable in size. Size is very much important. Either a short, small research proposal would also not work because it is a research proposal and it is about the project, minor research project or the major research project or the PhD thesis or the MA or master's dissertation. So it must be according to the manageable size. It must be original in the sense unique, as I told you in the earlier slide. The same thing is written here, and it must contain ethical, legal and risk assessment. It is not like that somebody has written the research proposal or research project in Tanzania or in Philadelphia or in Philippines, and he or she has taken the same research project and research report in Mesada or in Jamnagar or in other areas of Gujarat region. So this kind of plagiarism is totally not allowed in the research proposal. People in certain situations, they think that this is the particular research proposal. Who will come to know that I have taken it from this place or that place? But because of internet connection and because of globalization, everything is connected with everything, and every particular data comes across every particular information. So one should be very cautious about ethical, legal and risk assessment factor while writing the research proposal. Keep track of sources, that is also important. Now final suggestions we have to see. notes and citations. Research proposal must be written in Word document. Generally, it happens like that. But if it is in statistics or other management subjects or any other discipline, it will be according to their features and their rules and regulations. It varies from discipline to discipline, that you have to keep in mind. Email search results and copies of journals and articles to yourself. You have to support yourself to make your research proposal a specific one. Write your name on data what you are making. If you are writing your research proposal, you can utilize header and footer and put your name in your data. A good proposal must be straightforward, clear and precise language. Yes, language is very important a factor. If you are writing without error, writing without any kinds of spelling, grammatical mistakes, then only you will be having the good quality research proposal. Otherwise, it will look very poor. Spelling mistakes, grammar errors, and many other kinds of errors, courtesy errors, and conciseness, comma, full stop, comma, certain kinds of errors, it doesn't look that much good. Organized with subheadings, headings, and footnotes and endnotes, citations, etc. Including all these things, bibliography, work citation, recommendations, and reference list, reference books which are taken to prepare the research proposal. That reference books list should also be included at last in the end of the research proposal. And finally, there would come appendix, which we had already seen in the back matter of report. In the same way, here also research proposal deals with appendix and bibliography. So this way the topic of research proposal ends over here. Wish you very good luck, dear students, and we are ending our session over here. We shall meet again. Goodbye all. Have a good day.